So Mind Canvas is the platform, and the where this kind of came from is, it was really designed around one thing, which is around profiling tools and being able to use them, custom building them and deploying them. And even the first ones we did had, static content on reports and things like that. But the infrastructure that we have today is built around three main pillars. And we have the left pillar is or these are more containers, like how the infrastructure works. These three containers are, the left one is the knowledge base. So this is the Bible. This is where the content is. This is what is being referred to, because when you build AI and you use AI enablation, that's not even a word, but when you enable with AI, there's two ways to do it. One is you have like a public facing, and then the other is a contained AI where the AI is actually making the job more efficient and effective. And we use that a lot through all of our processes and systems within our infrastructure. The middle container is the testing and scoring engine. So this is where, we look at what the questions are, what scores and how they make. And this is why we're not limited by a certain number of profiles, 5, 6, 8, 12, 16. It doesn't make any difference, because our infrastructure is designed in a way that we can just plug in the calculations and then it spits out it on the other side. So for those people that have their own proprietary test systems and their own proprietary, I guess, IP that they want to turn into a behavioral science engine and use that as something that you use as part of your business or your coaching or your training or your recruitment, then, we can deploy that. And then the third is a report container, which started with one kind of report for clients, but now we build not just reports, but dashboards as well, where all the content is dynamic, and it takes we have client reports, we have internal like summaries and guidance and advice and, that as well. And we also have shorter little dashboards that you can use too within our ecosystem. So we built in a way that is, that we become the leader in psychometrics and testing as a platform and an infrastructure. And because we already built the infrastructure, that allowed us to then start to work with new companies, consultancies, recruitment agencies, and those kind of high-level coaches to take their IP and deploy it on our infrastructure. Because where we fit in the market is quite interesting, because we have two kind of entry points. The top point, we call this Alex. And Alex entry point is really those that have their own IP, they have their own methodology, they have, maybe they want to license their products, maybe they want to turn into something unique and special in the market. And what we do is we take that and we deploy it on our infrastructure. Now, let's put this in perspective. Most of these people have been using some kind of manual system, or score app, jot forms, JHL, whatever it is, to do some kind of scoring. They're taking that, putting it into AI, and then they're creating a report. And what that's done is it's given a result, but it's still a manual process. It can't be automated, because when it comes down to behavioral science, you can't just use AI. You've got to make sure that the data is correct and you're getting the right result, because if you get the wrong result and you give the wrong information to a client and in a way that they don't feel that it's resonating with them, you lose all your trust and all your credibility in your space. So it has to be manual. The other side of the coin is where we went down, the path early on, where, you go and you hire a company and they build the infrastructure for you. But now you have to become a tech company then, because you have to maintain the IP, you have to maintain the infrastructure, security, data protection, platform uptime, all those kind of things. And those are all hidden costs that are ongoing and continue. And that's where we kind of fit into this market, because you've got your kind of like your cheap entry point, but you cannot scale it and you cannot grow it. And then the other side, you have your very expensive infrastructure, but then you have to continue maintaining it and own it. And for that to evolve means that you've got to come up with new ideas of how that evolves. So where we fit is kind of in the middle, where we cost effective, we take your IP and go to market within 6 weeks, fully UX designed, reports and ecosystem, licensing functionality, white labeling functionality, so you can actually not just test a person or a team, you can actually license it to other people to use and grow your own IP and your own infrastructure and your own, legacy, if I can put it that way, within your own world and your own ecosystem. So that's where that came on, and that was who we were really working with. And in the next video, I'll talk a little bit about Coach Catherine, which is a different target audience for us and who we also work with as well.